as well as a strength coach, yogi, and endurance athlete. So if any of that sounds like your jam, join me. 30 minutes. Weights are optional, not needed, but optional. We're gonna start off in standing with a nice little yoga warm up. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of yoga, get the body moving. We're gonna take it down onto the mat. My class always has about a little circuit of 3 power ab moves, advanced core, but I will show you options. Again, listen to your body, modify as needed. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications of live class. I host live class every week for you. Let's get started. Come to the back of your mat. Let's just go through a really simple yoga warm up. Nice flow just to get things moving, using this as a chance to warm our bodies up, get ready for the core series that's coming up next. Inhale, reach to the sky. Get some length in your spine, get nice and tall, elongate, lengthen, root your feet into the ground. One more breath here. And then exhale, forward fold, bring the arms all the way down, let it go, release any tension, shake it out, let it go. Knees are nice and soft, keep that low back nice and happy. Just checking in, use this round to kind of see how everything's feeling. How is your body feeling? That's the point of this warm up. One more breath here. And then on your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten out the knees, get a nice stretch in the hammies, brace with your abs a little bit, feel that stretch. I feel it. Hold it here for one breath. And then bring your hands down, step back into plank. We don't have that many planks today, so let's take advantage in our warm-up. Every class is different, trying to hit all different parts of core, abs, glutes, hips. Hold it here for one breath. Tuck the chin in, spread the fingers wide, push away from the mat, active plank. Exhale, knees down, slowly lower chaturanga. We're starting off super mellow, first round. We will speed it up. Push yourself up into a little cobra stretch. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. This should feel really nice on the back, not pinchy. So engage your lats, really squeeze those shoulder blades down out of your ears. A little bit of ab control. Abs are on. Exhale back down. Uncurl your toes, push yourself back, downward facing dog. That is the flow. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Again, modify as needed. We're gonna speed up a little bit. We're just trying to get our bodies warmed up. Pedal those feet. Give your calf and ankles a nice little stretch here. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Last breath. Walk your hands back to your feet. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Articulate through your spine. Move through that whole spine. Got to get that spine moving. Nice, healthy, supple spine. Inhale, reach. Round 2. Exhale, forward fold. Arms down. Knees are soft. Release tension. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Straighten the knees, hold it here, brace with your abs, one breath. Hands come down, plank. Number 2, we've got 3 planks today, let's make them count. I might try to sneak a couple more in. Let's get that upper body working strong, push away from the mat, engage your shoulders, tuck your chin and brace with your abs. Exhale, lower either knees down or all the way down. Work your shoulders, control. Uncurl your toes. Push yourself up into a big cobra or up dog stretch. This is your chance to extend your spine. How much of our day are we just hunching over everything, right? Enjoy some extension of the spine. Your spine needs that. It needs all these different moves, not just sitting over a computer or desk or car or bikes, etc. Last breath here. Exhale back down. Push yourself back. Downward facing dog. Last round, we are moving on to the rest of our warm-up. We've got one more move in our warm-up. A little bit of single leg balancing today, a little bit of our deadlift. For those people who know what an RDL is, walk your hands back to your feet. A little bit of foot arch strength, a little bit of glute strength. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come down, plank. One breath. Exhale, lower however you need to. Up dog, cobra. And then push yourself downward facing dog. All right, so let's walk our hands back to our feet, and then I want you to come to the middle of your mat. Now, if you have a weight, you can add this in. This is your single leg. This is warrior 3, but it's also your RDL, your Romanian deadlift. If you have a weight, it can be in either hand. I always suggest start with no weights first. Root your foot into the ground. We're gonna start with that right foot planted, knees soft. Hips are level, abs are braced. I'm gonna hinge at the hips, find a point to balance, focus on the eyes, and back to center. So we're just gonna go back and forth. This is a dynamic hinge. Hinge at the hip. My back is flat. My back leg is extended. This is a straight line. Now, if you have weights, you can add them. Make this challenging. Work that booty. Your right glute. My hips are staying squared. Now, if you want to just turn this into Warrior 3 and you don't have weights, trust me, that is plenty challenging. Find that balance point. That requires a strong foot, a strong hip, a strong core, and staying centered and some good balance. Now, if you have the weights, either hand is fine, right? Some of that depends on what you feel comfortable with, right? Some people prefer to have it in opposing hands. Some people like to have it in the same hand. I like it opposite, but just to give you some visuals, you can also have 2 weights. Sometimes people are like, man, my balance sucks. That's okay, come to the wall, touch the wall. Hold on to the wall. Maybe you don't go as low. Now I'm gonna give you a couple cues. You should feel your foot working, engage that foot arch strength. You should feel that right glute working, maybe your core. I want you to keep the hips nice and level. And I want this to look like a straight line, right? So you're gonna go as low as you can while keeping that back flat. Let's just do a few more and then we're gonna switch to the other side. That's it for the warm up, right? You should feel that right hip working. And then come back up. Let's do the other side. Same thing, root that left foot into the ground. Really engage that foot. It starts from the ground up. Left booty, my knees are soft. Once I ground root my left side into the ground, I'm gonna hinge at the hips. I'm trying to keep my hips squared. I'm not rolling out, that's not it. Again, if you have tight hips, you're gonna run out of room. So you're gonna go low enough and then all of a sudden you're gonna have to start to turn out. So just stop there, right? So everybody's different. So you may just be like here and you're like, ah, that's all I got. Well, that's great. Focus on bracing here, focusing on a point. Chest is open. I'm not rounding. That's not going to feel great on your lower back. Keep that engaged. Open the chest. Engage your lats. Pull them down your back. Brace with your abs. Lots of things to think about. This move is plenty challenging with no weights. Trust me. You can add the arms overhead for your full Warrior 3 extended, right? You can hold on to something. Maybe you hold on to a foam roll. Maybe you hold on to something else. Focus on your form. Focus on that whole left side connected. This is strength. This is core. This is balance. There's a lot of stuff going on with this move. 2 more and then we're done. We're going to finish our warm-up with a nice little easy cat-cow stretch, and then I'm going to take you through this core series. Last one. Again, extended, I'm connected. Straight line here. All right, come down onto the mat. Let's finish our warm-up with just a little cat-cow. One of my favorites, if you take my class. Love me some cat-cow. Just a nice easy spine opener, right? Just feels good for most people. So again, you're thinking about mobility through the spine. This class has a lot of strength, so we're gonna get this advanced core series next, but also mobility, flexibility. We need a supple spine. We need our joints moving, healthy. Really move through this whole range. Where do you feel those sticky spots? Is your upper back, lower back, mid back not moving? Work with your breath. Inhale. Open the ribcage. Exhale. Get things moving, right? Really articulate through that whole spine. Let's do a few more. And then we have our advanced core. So again, weights are always optional. You do not need them. We have a Russian twist that's gonna turn into kind of our like boat pose. So that's our first move. So that's gonna change, but that's gonna be in seated. And if you can't do these in seated, it doesn't feel good on your back, you can just come onto your back for some bicycle crunches. So that's our first move. One more here. All right, so if you've got weights, you can add them to our first move. That is gonna be our seated Russian twist. If not, no big deal. We're gonna start off here with our twist. Our next round, we're gonna be here, right? And weights are always optional. Sitting up nice and tall, this is our first move. Leaning back, engaging my lats, finding that balance point. I'm gonna grab my weights if you have them, and then I'm just gonna start with my Russian twist. Again, weights are optional. I really wanna go for some nice rotation. So in other words, I'm not just here, And I'm not just rounding my back, I'm sitting up nice and tall, and then I'm really going for that full range. Again, really work the obliques. So we really want to get this nice rotation. Now, if you don't have weights, you have other options. Lifting the feet up, challenging your balance a little bit more, right? You've always got some nice options here. And again, if this doesn't feel great on your back, you can come onto your back and just do some bicycle crunches. We're going to be there next anyways. So this is our first move, going for this nice long set. We've got 3 rounds, 3 moves. That is the meat of this workout today. Really focus on this full range. Extension, rotate, rotate, rotate. Really moving through. We're gonna finish this circuit with a little bit of glutes, a little bit of spicy glute work, right? So we've got some abs, some lower abs coming up next, and then some glutes. So that's gonna give us our full circuit for today. Nice long set, keep it going. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your back, second move, reverse crunch, lifting that booty up off the floor, some deep abdominal work, some pelvic floor engagement here. I want you to think about, on the exhale, lifting that booty up. So you're gonna come up, and I'm gonna give you a couple options. So your level 1, you're just gonna come here and tap. If you wanna take this into more advanced, you're gonna scoop the feet down. Again, I want you to think about, this is an advanced move. I want you to think about keeping that lower back pressed down as the legs get away from you. I always suggest for these more advanced moves where the legs are kind of moving, try to elevate the head. That might help you keep that lower back pressed down. So as my legs go down, I'm keeping my head up. You can have your hands supporting your head. That will often help you, right? We don't want to come away from this with our back hurting. That's not the point. So the point is, keep the rib cage pressed down, lower back connected. Exhale, pelvic floor, squeeze, engage. This is a nice long set, so settle in. I want you to feel your abs, not just your hip flexors. So can you brace even tighter? Squeeze, abs, deep core. Let's do a few more like this, and then we've got a nice little glute finisher. We're gonna change up our glute work this series, but we're gonna start with some bridges, right? Keep it simple. So let's do a few more here. 4 more, squeeze. 3, 2, 1 more. And feet come down. So we've got glute work for our third part. Feet are hip distance apart, digging in with the heels. Squeeze and lift. This is a nice long set. If you have the weights, again, optional. You can have the weights on the hips. You can also use the mini bands. We're gonna change this glute exercise in our last round, but just the emphasis is glutes, right? So we've got obliques, we've got some deep abdominal work, some pelvic floor work in the middle, and then we've got glutes, right? Core is more than just our abs, right? Squeeze and lift. I want the primary mover here to be glutes and hamstrings. I don't want you to just be feeling your lower back, right? So sometimes you have to kind of move your foot position a little bit. I also suggest to people, think about each time I'm lifting, I'm squeezing my glutes. Get that activation, engage, squeeze, squeeze. Nice long set. We're gonna speed up our second and third round, but just settle in, get the moves in your head, get organized, get focused, engage those glutes, squeeze, lift, lift. Few more. Man, I'm feeling my leg workout the other day. Feel those glutes. 4 more, up. 3, 2, 1. Russian twist. Let's change it up a little bit. Instead of our twist, let's add a little bit of pulsing in with the knees. Now you can do a couple things here. You can have your hands supporting you. You can have your hands hovering right in this boat pose. If you really want to be crazy, you can hold the weights right here, right? I'm not feeling that crazy today. I don't think I'm going to do this version. But you got options. Pulse, pull, pull, reach, reach, reach. I have my hands on my sides. So again, I'm supporting myself. The main thing that I'm going for with this crunch is that I'm not slouching into it and I'm not sitting on my tailbone. So sit yourself up. So I like my hands here because it's gonna keep me up in this heightened position, but also it's gonna help me to prevent me from really rounding and just sinking into my tailbone. Squeeze, these are hard, squeeze, pull, pull. Again, you pick whichever version you wanna do. You can add the weights if you want. I am definitely not today, I'm not feeling that. Let's do a few more. Pull, pull, squeeze, 10, 9, 8, 7, keep going, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your back, reverse crunch. If you really want to be crazy and you want to add the weights for this one too, you could also hold the weights overhead, add that reverse crunch, and lower. Some people, hey, you want to add weights to anything? You can add weights to almost any of these core moves, right? Here, I'm just going to do my regular one. I'm going to stay focused today. My legs are tired. Lower. Again, my main goal for this one is I'm squeezing, I'm lifting my legs, I'm lifting my butt up, squeeze, and then lower. And I'm keeping my lower back pressed down. Nice little curl, pull the legs back up. Pull the legs back up. Round 2. We've got one more round after this. We're going to stretch and be done. 30 minutes. Let's do a few more. Again, lifting the head up. These ones should feel challenging. They are not easy. 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. All right, feet together, knees out. Frog bridge, right? Same move, slightly different foot position. Feet together, knees out. You can have the weights here if you want. Not needed. Glute bridge, slightly different emphasis on the glutes, still glute activation, primary movers, squeeze with that knees out position, maybe a little bit more outer glute, right? You might feel that a little bit. Mini bands, you always have options when you're adding on to these glute bridges. Primary thing I'm focusing on is that squeeze every time I lift, coming all the way up as well, right? I want to come all the way up, full extension, hip extension, glutes. We've got one more round, and then we're going to stretch. Keep going strong. Last few here with our glutes. Burn it out. Squeeze that booty. Squeeze and lift. Each time, emphasis. And up. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more of our Russian twist to finish off. So if you've got the weights, let's finish off strong with that Russian twist seated position. Find your position first, lock it in. I'm here, I'm gonna stay here. I'm opening up my chest. My back is engaged. I'm adding that rotation onto that. I'm really going for some nice oblique engagement. Really twist. Again, bicycle crunches. You've got other alternatives if this doesn't feel great. Almost done. Last round. Really rotate. Again, nice exercise for obliques, but also a nice way to kind of get this upper back loosened up, right? We need rotation. That spine needs to flex, extend, rotate, side bend. We need all these movements. So if you've got a tight back, adding in some of this core work as well, getting into some of these oblique exercises is a nice way to get a little bit of that healthy rotation of the spine as well. Last few here, really rotate, twist, twist. 4, 3, 2, 1. On your back, if you want the weights, you can. Reverse crunch, stay focused, exhale. Sometimes I will give you a little tip on some advanced core work. Sometimes holding on to the weight makes it easier because it gives you some input, better feedback. So sometimes you might be surprised. If you're adding in a little bit of weight to hold on to, it helps to stabilize you, right? Does it make sense? You kind of have something to hold on to, almost. So it is kind of a double whammy, like a nice kind of cool thing to add in, is adding a little bit of weights here and there, because you're working your arms, right? but I'm also getting a little bit better stability, right? The goal with this squeeze, my lower back stays pressed down the whole time. Let's do a few more here. We are almost done. 4, 3, squeeze and lift. 2 and 1. Bridges, basic glute bridge. If you have anything else that you want to add in, if you want to add in some marching bridges here, or you want to do some single leg bridges, right? Really fire up that one glute. You can go for it. I'm going to do my basic glute bridge just to finish. Keep it simple today. Again, you've got so many options with our glute work here to spice it up. You can add the mini bands. You can add weights. You can do more single leg, right? Just driving into that one leg. Squeeze. Primary mover, hamstrings and glutes. That's what I want to feel working, right? Our back is working as well, but we really want to primarily feel that glute kick in. Hips extend. Actively squeeze each time. Finish up this series. I'm going to squeeze in a tiny bit of lower back strength work, and then we're going to stretch and be done. Last few here. Squeeze and lift. You do not need a lot of time to have a strong core and be efficient with your core work, right? We don't need to be here for hours. Just get some key things locked in. 3 more. 2 and 1. Flip, turn over. Lower back strengthening. I'm going to squeeze it in because why not? Opposite arm and leg. Let's do a little bit of our Superman, Superwoman pose. Reach, engage everything on that back side of that body, and lower. Lift. Think about lengthening through your spine. Not just arching and reaching. I want everything posterior chain, meaning all those muscles on the back side of your body, engage, awaken, hold you upright, good posture. We spend our entire day flexed over, hunched over things. So let's engage that back side of the body. Doesn't mean we're lifting heavy when we do this. We're just getting a little bit more awareness, a little bit more activation on everything on the back side of the body. Hold for 2 and lower. And we're just doing a couple just to create that awareness, really thinking about pulling ourselves back. Gravity is always driving you forward. Engage everything on the backside. Pull yourself back. This applies to my athletes. This applies to us as we're getting older. This applies to people who are just sitting at a computer all day. Wake up that whole backside of your body. So nice, easy, mellow. This should feel nice and gentle. Think about lengthening, reaching to opposite ends of the room. It's not just about arching. Lengthen and lift. Last few here, and then we are stretching, and that is it. 2 more. 1 more. Sit back into child's pose. Let's stretch it out. We are finishing with class. Any stretches that feel good to you, now is your chance. If you don't love child's pose, you can come onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. We're going to be there in 2 seconds. This should just feel nice, right? Nice little lower back, glutes, upper back stretch. Focus on the breath, slowing it down. Inhale through the nose. Fill the belly. And then slowly exhale it out through the mouth. Empty the belly. When you're ready, come onto your back. Take your time. No rush. Come onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. We're just going to stretch, cool down. I want you to really focus on your breath, right? So sometimes I don't always mention that. Really focus on slowing down the breath. I want you to inhale through the nose. Take a nice deep belly breath. Hold it. And then exhale it out through the mouth. And let the shoulders just relax. Just see if you notice anywhere you have any tension. Let it go. Rocking the knees side to side. Give your lower back a nice little massage. This should just feel nice. Anything that feels right for you, now is your chance. Anything you need to modify, please do so. Listen to your body. Extend that left leg long, shake it out. Release any tension in that left leg. Hug that right knee in. Roll the ankles and the toes around. Get those feet moving. Nice, healthy, happy feet. Nice, strong, flexible, mobile, supple feet. Little hip circles. Roll that hip around. Just checking in with your body. How is everything feeling here? Do I feel anything that's tight, sticky, not feeling great? This is your opportunity to work on that, right? Kind of be your own PT. Bring that right knee across your body. So with the left hand, right knee goes across. Find that position that just feels like a good stretch. Maybe it's getting into that glute, booty a little bit. Maybe here, I T-bend. If you rotate more off the mat, you're going to get more into that lower back, lumbar spine. If that feels good, go for it. Open that right arm out at an angle. Get into that chest, rib cage, opening up everything across this entire line, right? Head goes wherever it feels comfortable. Release tension. Slow down the breath. Again, start with the belly. Inhale through the nose. And then I expand the rib cage. And then I exhale it out. Slowly sinking deeper into that stretch. And then when you're ready, no rush. You're going to come back to center. Let's do our figure 4 stretch on the right side. Nice hip opener here. You can leave it like this. You can reach through for thread the needle. You can come into pigeon pose, whatever feels good. Roll the shoulders out. Release any tension. Release, release, release. And we're just going to finish with that other side, and then we are done for today. Last breath here. And then unwrap that right leg, shake it out. Hug that left knee in. Roll the toes and the ankles around. Roll them around. And then let's roll that left hip around. Roll it around, roll it around, roll it around. Little circles, roll it around, roll it around, roll it around. And then bring that knee across your body. Open that left arm out. And then just let the head go wherever it feels comfortable. Maybe shake it out. Release any tension. Just noticing as we finish up, if you notice any tightness anywhere, anything that's not feeling great, I think that needs a little bit more attention. Slow down the breath. Really empty that belly all the way. Fill it up. Start from the bottom. Inhale, fill the belly. And exhale it out. Come back to center, figure 4 stretch. Last moves here. You can leave it like this. Reach through for thread the needle. Whatever feels right to you. Roll the shoulders. Shake the head. Let it go. Last few breaths. We are almost done with class. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications of live class every week. I also have core workouts, little short core workouts that you can always look through if you just need the core. And then also some mobility, flexibility, lower back, stretching, things like that. Last breath here. Inhale through the nose. Hold it. And then exhale it out. Unwrap that left leg, windshield wiper the knees gently side to side. Roll yourself onto your side. We are almost done. Coming up into seated. Last move here, I promise. Sitting however it feels comfortable for you. You do not need to sit cross-legged. Sit up nice and tall. Finish with that nice tall spine, good posture that we start up class with. I want you to take this with you through the rest of the day. Inhale, reach. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale it out. One more time, nice tall seated posture, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale it out. That is it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you got something good out of class. Join me every week, live streaming class. Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your body. I'll see you guys next time.